at Mets game yesterday at Citi Field. Go Yanks. And you should see the people sitting for the national anthem for God Bless America. It's really just, I can't believe that we've come down to that. And I don't know. We don't go to the movie theater to be lectured to and to have somebody throw their ideology onto us. I wonder if it'll be successful.
You know what it says on his cape? MS-13.
Wow.
Is it superimposed or it actually says that?
It is super.
Just on the knuckles.
Superimposed.
One more thing is up next.
So, Doc, I know you just watched it right before you came on here, and you said you didn't feel like it was political. You don't feel like they were lecturing the people on the right?
No, I don't feel like they were lecturing people on the right. I think the Superman movies have went in all different directions over the years. And I think the people who have something to say, they want everything to be, a message. And I'm sure there's a message in it somewhere, but that isn't like, I'm just a regular person. So I guess these don't be directed towards me. These be for people who are easily swayed and, it's easily to get them to go to one side or another. It's not for me. I just watched the movie and I didn't think about it one way or the other. And she said it was a problem with people sitting out for God Bless America. The beauty of America is we have freedom of speech, freedom. And even though I served in the military and I love, and I understand all these people died, that's just another freedom of speech. You don't have to stand. You don't have to kneel. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And that's the beauty of America.
Steven, you the other person that watched it. Did you feel like they were lecturing to people on the right?
Not necessarily lecturing, but first of all, Doc, really appreciate you for your service. Everybody who knows me, I don't play about the military. I didn't serve, but hey, I defend y'all. Not like y'all defend us, but yeah, you can't disrespect the military around me. So appreciate you for your service. But it's just that last dialogue piece. I'm not telling the movie, but that last conversation that I definitely was like, all right, that was clearly a testament or a metaphor analogy of the current climate of immigration, whether it's the deportations, illegal immigration, undocumented immigration. That last thing was definitely a reference for that, for sure. So I would say preaching to the right, but it definitely was trying to exemplify what's going on in the United States of America currently regarding immigration, for sure.
For sure. So I'm gonna play explaining. I'm letting Nora and Kamal go so they can hear the explanation, and then you guys will see like the specific scenes where it was political.
Is the new Superman movie really anti-Israel? Yes, I just watched that shit. And it's probably as pro-anti-Israel as a movie produced by Hollywood can be. Let me explain. The movie centers around a conflict between two countries, Bravia and Jaranpur, which Superman just intervened to stop Bravia from invading Jaranpur. Bravia is this hyper-militaristic country that takes money from America, or in this case, LexCorp. Their leader of Bravia is just a puppet of Lex Luthor. Tell me this is not just a stand-in for Benjamin Netanyahu. In the movie, Bravia is trying to invade Jaranpur, specifically show a hyper-militarized unit going to go against villagers, don't have like any real weapons. And just as this young boy is about to get shot by the military, the superheroes come to rescue him. It symbolizes two things: the dehumanization of even young children against the military, and the anti-symmetry between these two forces, where we have hyper-military units on one side, tanks and shit, and then people were fighting with literally whatever they can find, which mirrors is not real and Palestine. Superman is not standing for the shit because he realizes it's unjust. This to me is bringing real superheroes back, because I can't tell you how many times I've imagined if I had superpowers, I'd exactly intervene on these kind of events. The movie kind of wavers on its anti-Israel stance as it tries to act like these are two separate nations, and it ignores the fact that the land that Bravia, in this case, exists under is stolen land, and this is a colonial project. Even though in this scene they were going up against villagers, it does say in the movie that these people, the Jaranpurians, have a dictator over them as well. Which again levels the playing field, which is kind of liberal Zionist propaganda. Because it doesn't mention the active and ongoing genocide of the Palestinians now either. But overall, I think it shows how Zionism is losing the propaganda war. The movie itself could have been more pro-Palestine though, in my opinion. What did y'all think?
Nora, I know you're passionate about Gaza. Do you feel like it's right for Hollywood to critique them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. We are watching an active genocide. I don't know how else to put it. There are thousands of people getting killed every day. They're going to get food and they're getting gunned down while waiting in line for food. And we can no longer look away. In fact, $3 billion was just sent there. Our money is actively involved in this. So, hey, great. I don't know about the movie. I don't like the whole message about the immigration thing. I think, hey, that's their opinion. They
I'm
can
gonna get
have
into
it.
that part.
But, uh-huh.
I'm gonna get into the immigration part.
Yeah, I don't know anything else. I really don't understand the movie, so I'm not commenting from the movie standpoint, but um I do think that people need to take a stance against what's going on. There's active genocides worldwide, not just in Gaza, it's happening in Africa. So President Trump actually did help end one of them in Africa, but he doesn't get credit for that. And hopefully he will continue diplomacy working with Israel to end in Gaza, because at this point I was very sad when they announced that they were going to move them, but I just want them to be saved at this point. I don't care where they get saved, because it's terrible what's happening.
Come on, I don't think I ever got your thoughts on the conflict. So what are your thoughts on the Israel Gaza conflict and Hollywood having political messages?
My thoughts on the conflict is I'm minding my Black American business. That's my thoughts. And I ain't gonna lie, when I saw you play the trailer, I was really thinking, I'm like, damn, is Superman in the conflict of the war between them two when he saved that boy in the trailer thing? I was really thinking, I'm like, that's where they complaining about, probably right there, and some other ish. You feel me? But yeah, that's my thoughts. Sometimes you gotta sometimes you ain't gotta take a side. You could just be on the sideline, watch the stuff go on. You feel me? Like, we don't have to jump into every fight. That's what I'm learning as a Black American, because I'm tired of being a goddamn shield and a bullet bag for shit when the shoe's on the other foot. Man, we don't get no help. So with that being said, I'm out of it. My name Bennett, and I ain't in it. You feel me? And also, people in the chat, y'all funny today, man. Bawana the Hyena Prince, you funny as hell, bruh. Saying I got a criminal record. Steven, he asked you, could you get rid of my criminal record? Even though I ain't got one. But the Hyena Prince out here, you feel me? Then we had some other dude in here. He was clowning, said he ain't never seen Shock G and me in the same room, nor the Weekend. Okay, the Sid Davis show with them elementary ass jokes. Show your face. You probably look like a bag of horse shit. But shout out to y'all though. I appreciate the jokes in the chat though. You feel me?
So the reason that people were talking about immigration in the movie is that Superman is an immigrant. Superman lands here in a ship on planet Earth, so he's from another place. And the right is saying that Superman has never been political. He's never talked about immigration. So Smallville came out in the early 2000s, and it was another Superman show, like TV show. And so Superman has always talked about immigration, and even Dragon Ball Z Goku, who's kind of based on Superman to a certain degree, they talk about racism and immigration too. So even characters based on Superman talk about immigration. But here's the clip.
Have no choice. We have to call immigration.
I told Javier he'd be safe here, and I meant it.
I want to help this boy as much as you do, but I took an oath to uphold the law.
All he's trying to do is find his mom.
I know, but we have to go through the proper legal channels.
Was it legal when you forged my adoption papers? I'm an illegal immigrant, Mom. You've been harboring me for over 17 years.
Your situation was entirely different. We had to protect you.
And I need to protect Javier. If I don't defend him, who will? You know, this kid isn't hurting anyone. Why not just let him be?
I'm just doing my job, Clark. If you want to get into the country, you need to do it the legal way. Like my parents did. If you see anything, give us a call.
Will do, Deputy. You can come out now. He's gone.
Why didn't you tell the police?
Because I know what it feels like to be out of place. Besides, I'm not from around here either.
Where are you from?
This is a lot further than Mexico.
So, Steven, I know you're a local politician. Is tonight the first time you got questions about immigration, or is that something your local constituents actually care about?
No, tonight's actually the first time I've ever been asked about it, for sure. So yeah, they haven't let me know that they're concerned about it at this point. They may be later down the line, but no, this is definitely the first time I've been asked about it.
For sure. So Kamal, like I know you mind your FBA business, so do you want to talk about immigration?
Yeah, let's talk about immigration a little bit. First of all, Buwana, I know you joking, bro. Damn, I can take a joke too. You thinking I'm hella serious about that? Nah, I know you joking, bro. I got you, bro. Second of all, Smallville was tight as hell. That was such a tight show. I actually remember that episode where they were talking about the like immigration stuff or whatever. You know. What actual question you want me to answer about immigration though? Because there's a plethora of things. You know what I mean? Is it relating with the show or?
I mean, Superman is an immigrant, so like within the movie, he's like constantly being called an alien by Lex Luthor, and they're kind of using some type of right wing media where they're saying that Superman is being looked at bad because he's an immigrant. So I mean, but what Superman was saying was that I can just be kind, I can just be a human, and I actually care about people. Like, so why can't I just care about people and help people? Even though I'm from a different place, I don't want to harm anybody here. I actually want to help people.
Okay, and this was what was being played throughout the movie. They were showing like the whole thing where Superman is like they're driving the point like you're an alien, you're an immigrant type of ordeal.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, shit, don't art imitate life? End of the day, that's what I'm seeing. I mean, I ain't seen the movie yet, but from the clips I'm seeing, I'm like, yeah, we know Superman a damn alien. Came from a spaceship with some green shit with him. Krypton planet or whatever. You feel me? Like, and I feel like 95% of movies is gonna push some type of propaganda. That's just how I see it. So I can't really say too much on it because I haven't seen it, but it do sound like they probably like was pushing, they made it kind of seem like the immigrants is gonna be our savior.
I feel you. So Doc, you saw it. Did you like notice that they kept on calling Superman like an alien? They were trying to like talk about the immigrants. How do you feel about those scenes?
I noticed that and stuff. I guess I didn't think about it like that, but it's probably also because Superman white. If he was L Superman, they would have got his ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? If he was El Supero, man, they would have got his ass right the fuck up out of here. Him and that mustache. You know what I'm saying? He would have been on they'd have said, yeah, fly your ass back across the border. and don't come back over here. They boys would have put up some like electric fence 8 miles high in the sky so he couldn't get back. You know what I'm saying? He would have had to take that little skinny little slim thing he had with him too. You know what I'm saying? Get her up out of here too. He harboring a fugitive. They probably would have deported both of them.
For sure.
Deport him back to the planet and shit.
Come on, man. You got to go somewhere. You feel me?
So Nora, if there's no hope for Superman, if Superman get deported, what's the hope for the immigrants with no superpowers?
Well, the immigrants with no superpower should follow the rules. They should show up to their court cases. They should comply. They shouldn't come over here and legally and break through the fence to get here, and then they wouldn't have problems. Most of these people that we are getting upset about, we're getting riled up about, they either A, came through illegally, they did not wait their turn initially like they should have done, like millions of American immigrants have done, and B, when they did come through and they were given a court date, they opted not to show up. And now that Donald Trump is the enforcer and enforcing this policy that we've had, these immigration policies, now it's bad Trump, sad story, Republicans bad. But the reality is we had a free-for-all at the border the last 4 years, and Donald Trump is cleaning it up. And unfortunately, no one likes the parent that cleans up the mess. No one likes the parent that enforces the rules, and that's where we're at. And I'm a child of immigrants, and I'm telling you this. You follow the rules. you show up to your court cases. Now, if you're showing up after the fact, now that Donald Trump's the enforcer and you miss 2 or 3, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing people that neglected to show up to their court cases and or they came here illegally and now they're being deported. So, I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but I'm sorry for them. I'm sorry for the children involved, but I'm not sorry for somebody that chose to come here illegally, and or did not comply with our immigration laws.
So
Because
you would
nowhere else in the world can you do that.
so you
But
would
Nora, Superman been here 40 years. He got a job
don't
at the
care.
Daily Planet and all. You think
I
if he
don't
was
care.
Carlos Kent, they would have got him up out of here? If he was Carlos Kent, they would have got him out of here before he wrote his first paper.
The reason why you see Carlos getting deported is because for the most part, Carlos is not compliant with immigration. Hakeem from Jamaica usually is, or people from other countries usually are, but Carlos doesn't think he needs to be compliant. They're not telling you that.
When it's a white immigrant, though, they turn him to a superhero.
I don't know. Everyone keeps talking about European deportations, European immigrants. You don't see Europeans flooding the border, though. So I don't think that's a fair analogy to make. It's like basically playing victim or saying it's racism. But the reality is people flooding the border were not Europeans. They were Hispanic, unfortunately. So that's who's getting deported.
For sure. Stephen, thank you for coming. Like, it was great having you on the show. I'm actually originally from Georgia, so it's great to interview a Georgia politician. So let people know how they can support your campaign, where they can find you, and then let them know also what you think of the Man Cave.
I missed that last part, the Man Cave. I missed that.
Well, we're the new party, but Monday and Wednesday is the Man Cave.
Okay.
Podcast.
I got you. Yeah, so I can be found everywhere on social media at Dingle for Atlanta. Twitter or X is Dingle for ATL. But besides that, the website is Dingle for Atlanta. And of course, you can just Google me, Stephen Dingle in Atlanta. Everything's going to come up. And again, I'm running for Atlanta City Council, District 11. I'm easy to find, man. Just Stephen Dingle for Atlanta. And yeah, I said the Man Cave. You got just hit me. And we'll figure that out. But if this was the Man Cave right here, or that's another.
That's this. What did you think of the night?
No, this was love. This was love. And I'll just throw in one thing about Superman. They were smart to make him an alien immigrant where his home was destroyed. So even if they were to try to ship him back home, it's like there's nowhere to put him. So that even adds more to the immigrant thing. And we also know he's a weapon. So it's like any country he would have landed in would have wanted to keep him, due to the fact you can't deport him back to a planet that don't exist. So it's like it's almost advantageous to keep him. So the United States just got lucky that he landed here. But yeah, man, appreciate the Man Cave having me, the new party. Thank you all so much.
For sure. Dot, what's your final thoughts?
Good show, everybody. Make sure everybody in the comments like and subscribe. Good luck on the race, Steven. I'll be up to Atlanta sometime soon. Hopefully you already won, and I'll see you out there and congratulate you, man.
For sure. And yeah, you just reminded me, if you watch it right now, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to know when we go live. Kamal, what's your final thoughts?
All right, Steven, thank you for coming on the show. You feel me? On the Man Cave, answering the questions. You feel me? Also, people in the chat, I know y'all joking, bro. I will let y'all know when I don't think y'all joking. But for the most part, I think y'all joking. Y'all come in lighthearted, and y'all know I'm gonna rank back on your ass. So it's all love over here. Until I feel like it ain't, then you would know. You feel me? But you know what I mean? Shout out to the Man Cave. Superman has always been an alien white immigrant. Is he supposed to be? Is he supposed to be Jesus Christ? I'm confused. Is he supposed to be the white Jesus Christ? You feel me? Like, are they supposed to portray Superman that way too? I don't know. You feel me? And we know that life imitates art. So at the end of the day, like, what up, Daryl? You feel me? At the end of the day, most stuff that we see, they push some type of propaganda. There's just a certain type of propaganda, and certain people mad about it. Get your panties out of the freaking bunch. God damn. Like, this is Superman. Shit, what y'all gonna have a problem with Batman next? Incredible Hulk, Captain America? Y'all gonna be like, Captain America ain't American enough? Is that what's gonna happen? come on, man. Like all these think pieces about certain shit where I'll just be like, man, I'm gonna watch the movie and be like, man, I don't see none of that. You feel me? But at the end of the day, like I said, when it comes to certain things, I just mind my business. Like I'm not supposed to be involved in everything. You feel me? So that's just one of the things I feel and stuff like that. And I pinned the new party Man Cave at the top of the chat. Y'all go subscribe and also hit that notification so y'all know when they go live. All right. And once again, Steven, I appreciate you, bro, for real, for answering the questions. You know what I mean? And not doing the politician runaround shit.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Nora, what's your final thoughts?
Yeah, thank you, Stephen, for coming. Good luck with your race. I really appreciate you for being a good sport. But my final thoughts in regards to tonight is I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way. That is a classic line from Superman. So, I mean, that's where I stand. I think I got to give it to Kamal. Kamal brings up a good point. People are just finding reasons to be mad. Like art is allowed to be whatever it wants it to be. I don't have time to be focusing on these culture war things. I think we won the culture war. When Donald Trump won, we won. So I don't see what conservatives are getting so mad about. However, the real things that people should be getting mad about, and I do think that Superman is a distraction, is the Epstein files. Donald Trump, promises made, they weren't delivered. So tomorrow, we're going to show you why they weren't delivered. I can't wait to tell you what I found out about Ghislaine Maxwell. And so odd that a week ago she was the focus of what my show was going to be. And now they're saying that she's supposed to testify. Oh, wait, Republicans won't let her testify. So we're going to break that down. What are they so afraid of? That's what I want to know. What are they so afraid of? Also, God, I'm praying for those in Texas, Atlanta, New Jersey tonight, North Carolina. There's floods all across the country. Why are we seeing these record floods? Number one. Number two, what to do if you are in a flood? If you have a flash flood come across your screen, what are some survival things? We're going to talk about that because this is important. So shout out to everybody that's impacted. I'm so sorry, but we're sending prayers to you tonight. That's my closing thoughts.
For sure. First, I want to thank Stephen for coming. This is what we're all about. And it helps us when politicians come on, we get to talk to you and we can actually bring information to people. And hopefully we can help you with voters because it seems like you're running a good campaign and you're trying to help people. To me, the Superman movie was a phenomenal movie. I love the movie. I'm actually not a big DC fan. I was shocked how good it was. And I might actually end up putting that movie in my top 3. I'm going to be hosting, so I want to actually play a outro clip. I wanted to start doing something different. And good night. This podcast tells you exactly how good the movie was and what he thought of it. And I agree with everything he says in this.
Over my one major criticism.
Sure.
I think it really drags. I think I really feel the runtime at multiple spots.
Interesting.
And I'm going to go ahead and say this. People are going to be furious at me that I'm describing Superman this way. I think it has the Oppenheimer problem. Every scene in this movie is like the best scene you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
But there's too many scenes.
Interesting.
I felt that way several times. Like the first 30 to 45 minutes, I think I turned to Rachel 30 minutes in and I said, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. I think it keeps up that pace. Like there's some really high quality scenes throughout this movie.
Yes.
Where it's like you're just watching, there's a scene at the end that we'll get into in a minute. But like there are so many scenes where I'm like, wow, this is just the best shit ever. But God, was I feeling it like at a certain point where I was like, God, this movie is still going.
Interesting.
I was talking to somebody after the film and they were like, wow, like I wish there was more, like 2 hours and 10 minutes. I felt like it was an hour. And I was like, God, I felt the opposite. Now, so maybe that's a unique opinion to me. Maybe it has to do with the structure of the film, which we will get into, or this or that. But yeah, for me, it's like almost a very similar experience to Oppenheimer.
You loved Oppenheimer.
And I loved every scene in Oppenheimer.
Didn't have a problem with any of the scenes. There were just too many.
It's just like it keeps going. But I want to make something clear. Like Oppenheimer, I gave a clear, concrete, like you should have cut this, you should have cut this, you should have cut this. I have none of that for Superman. I don't know what you cut. I genuinely do believe it's probably the best movie they could have made. There's some scenes. There's scenes that, like you see in the trailer. Pretty much every single scene you see in the trailer is like the greatest scene you've ever seen in your life. One of my favorites, one of the standouts is a conversation between Lois Lane and Superman in an interview. And like, it's incredible. You can't cut that. But there are so many of those scenes where it's just like, wow, we're still
Interesting.
going.
So I didn't feel that at all. I feel like the other person, not that it was an hour, but
God, I'm really jealous of you.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't have that problem, it's a 10 out of 10 without question. For
okay, interesting. Maybe once or twice, but generally, no, I was locked the entire time.
So the movie was too long.
For sure.